Hey everyone, before we begin the review here, I just wanted to make a quick note that I paid for this controller with my own money. It is not a sponsored video. However, I wanted to give a shout out to Retroclassics. They are a video game store here in New Jersey, and that's where I got the controller from. And even though it's not sponsored, I wanted to give them a shout out because they were awesome when I went there. So shout out to those guys, definitely go check it out. So today we're gonna take a look at the Tribute 64. This is a aftermarket N64 controller that kind of emulates that Hori pad that came out a while back that's apparently really good. And as I was looking for a replacement N64 controller, because mine have all, broken sticks and stuff, I wanted to take a look at some of the third-party controllers, and this one was recommended to me, so I figured I'd grab it and just kind of take a look at it and see if it's something worth having. So here's the box. As you see, it says Tribute 64 on it. It's by Retrobit. On the back, we have some details about the controller here, and it was wrapped when I got it, and Retroclassics was cool enough to provide a protector case on it, which was really cool of them. So let's open it up. And let's go ahead and compare it to an existing N64 controller. This is the official red N64 controller. The color seems to be pretty spot on with the original. So the stick feels pretty good. Let's get it out of the packaging. So at first glance, this definitely seems like a pretty cool controller. So let's take it out, play around with it a bit, and see how it feels. If I can get it out of the packaging. The wire is pretty long, which is nice. The stick and the shoulder buttons feel pretty good. The placement of the D-pad isn't too far away from the stick, so it doesn't really cramp your hands to kind of move your thumb over there. On the back, you see we have a standard port, and you can see the screws are all Phillips screws, which is cool. So if you need to repair it, it's pretty easy to open. And as you can see here is the size difference between an official N64 controller and the Retrobit Tribute N64. And the sticks feel different, but not in a bad way. The buttons on my old N64 controller are pretty worn out, so if I were to compare them, I would say the Retrobit controller is pretty good. The buttons feel nice and responsive. So let's go ahead and test a game here.
Janasia. Yes. Yes.
Ready. Fight.
So yeah, at first glance, I would say this controller is pretty good. I really like it. I was playing with it for a little bit. Would it replace the original N64 controller? I think that heavily depends on your use case. For me, all my controllers have bad sticks, and I was kind of looking for something pretty brand new, so this was definitely a pretty good alternative. I don't know how it stacks up against the HoriPad. I'll leave that for you guys to decide, and as always, thanks for watching.